Cars.com Auto Review.
Hi, I'm Bill Jackson with Cars.com, and we're here at the 2011 Mazda 2. It's a small hatchback, so it means it competes with a bunch of other new cars like the Honda Fit, Toyota Yaris, Nissan Versa. It's got a few surprises that set it apart from the field, as well as a few things that you'll need to consider if you're thinking about the Mazda 2. The first surprise about the Mazda 2 is its ride. It's really very good. It's hard to make any car, small or not, handle pretty flat, as well as not beat you up over the bumps, and the Mazda 2 does a good job of that. In fact, I think for this small hatchback category, it's probably got the best ride in terms of compromising those two things. One of the other things that really helps too is the steering. It's very light but still very precise, so if you want to try to go for a spot in traffic or whatever, you have the confidence to do that. It was really a nice surprise to see how quick and light this car was. Now, the Mazda 2 comes with a choice of two transmissions. There's the 5-speed manual, which we have here, and a 4-speed automatic. Both are pretty good. I was actually surprised with the automatic because I was worried with a 4-speed transmission and an engine that only makes 100 horsepower that it wouldn't be that great, but it actually moves away from the light pretty well. You lose a little bit of power on the highway, but you should expect that. Still, for my money, I would go with the manual transmission. It's just a lot more fun to drive and it's a lot more direct. Now, like I said, there are a few things to consider if you're thinking about buying the Mazda 2, and one of them is passenger space, especially if you're on the tall side. This is where I have the seat when I'm driving. As you can see, my knees are really jammed up against here, and I really don't have any headroom, so this wouldn't be comfortable for a drive of really any distance. And if you're the type of person with a family and you're looking to haul people, this is definitely something you're going to want to check out before you buy the Mazda 2. Now, like I said, the rear seats are tight, but this is actually a fair amount of cargo room for such a small hatchback. And I go into the cargo room and other things like the mileage in my full review at Cars.com, so you want to check that out. But if you're looking for a smaller hatchback and you want something that's fun to drive and won't break the bank, I think the Mazda 2 is one you should at least test drive.
For more car-related news, go to Cars.com or our blog, KickingTires.net.